Hello students, welcome to a new lecture of biomolecules. In the last class we were discussing at carbohydrates, in which we have seen the structure of glucose as well as fructose. How you got the structure of glucose and fructose, how many types of structures are there for both glucose and fructose, we have seen in our last class, right? In this class we are going to look at the next biomolecule, which are proteins, right? Just like carbohydrates, even proteins are having different units in them which combine to make a protein, right? Which units are combining, that will decide the name of the protein or the nature of the protein. So, in protein, who are the units which are present is, protein is a biomolecule which is formed by building up of many amino acids. When two or more amino acids are joined together, you will get a long chain of amino acid which is having different configurations based on the type of protein. That long chain of amino acids, one amino acid connected with second, connected with the third, like that. If 100 amino acids or so are joined together, it will make a protein. Less than 100, 20 to 100 amino acids in between 20 to 100 if amino acids are present, it is simply called as peptide chain. Why? Because when two amino acids are connected with each other, you get dipeptide chain, in which if the third amino acid comes, you get a tripeptide. If fourth amino acid comes, you get tetrapeptide, like that. The building blocks or the smallest parts of proteins are nothing but amino acids. So, we will not be studying about proteins, instead we will be studying about different type of amino acids and the structures of different amino acids. If two amino acid combines together, you will get a dipeptide in which one peptide bond will be there. If you make three amino acids connected together, you get a tripeptide. In that, how many peptide bonds will come? Two peptide bonds. Between two amino acids, the bond which is present is called as peptide bond, in which two amino acids will be connected. This is the second peptide bond. If a peptide chain is present in which 5 amino acids are present, it has how many peptide bond? Means less than 1, which is nothing but 4 peptide bonds, right? Such type of basic things you should know, in which 2 amino acids will be connected by a peptide bond, right? These are the building blocks of amino acid. So now what we will do, we will not study about proteins, instead we will study about amino acids. Right? What are amino acids? That we will study. For carbohydrates, we have seen the introduction of carbohydrates and then moved on to glucose and fructose. Same way here also we have seen the introduction of proteins and then we will move on to amino acids. How many types of amino acids are present? First, let us know what is the nature of every amino acid. To know its nature, you have to look at its name only. Amino means what is the group which indicates amino. Amino wherever comes, it is nothing but NH2 group. Is it? Same way, what does it mean by acid group? It is organic in nature, all carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen compounds only. Therefore, acid means COOH is the acid, right? Amino means NH2. This is basic in nature, this is acidic in nature, right? So, now I will define what amino acid means. Amino acid is a compound. Amino acid is a compound in which both amino group as well as acidic group or carboxyl group is connected or is present in a single molecule. The others are hydrogens, but on the same carbon atom On one side you have amino group and on the other side you have carboxyl group. Generally amino acid will be present on the left side and carboxyl group is present on the right side, and the nature of absolute configuration of amino acids are L configuration. So I have taken amino group on the left side and carboxyl group on the right side. A single compound in which both acidic group as well as basic group is present, a single compound in which carboxylic acid is the acid and NH2 group is the base present is called as amino acid. You cannot call it as amino group or you cannot call it as acid compound. You have to call them covering both. Therefore, this compound is called as amino acid. Both of them are present on a single carbon. What are the other two? The other two are hydrogens. Or you can replace hydrogen with some other group also, right? So this is the simplest amino acid in which out of tetravalency of carbon, one is acid group, other is amino group, the other two becomes hydrogen. This is the simplest amino acid. What is the name of this amino acid? Is glycine. In the exam, if you get a question in which draw the structure of simplest amino acid, means it should be this only. They may not tell you draw the structure of glycine, they may tell you draw the structure of simplest amino acid. If they ask draw the structure of glycine, means this simplest amino acid is also glycine, right? So this is the simplest amino acid. Are there any other amino acids? Yes. How do you get those? Is out of two hydrogens, if you replace one hydrogen with a different group, you will get different amino acids. But in every amino acid, first, second and third, these three groups are a must in every amino acid. Which groups I am talking about? Amino group, hydrogen and carboxylic group. Three groups are a must in every amino acid. How about the fourth group? Fourth group can change depending on the type of amino acid. If you replace hydrogen with a methyl group, if you replace hydrogen with a methyl group, the amino acid becomes alanine. If both of them was hydrogens only, it was called as glycine. If one of them is a methyl group, it is called as alanine. In the next amino acid, if you replace hydrogen with isobutyl group, it is leucine. It is tertiary butyl, means isoleucine. All that amino acids are named because of the difference of this fourth group, right? Whatever group you take, that is the name of the amino acid. So now what we will see? We will see the list of so many amino acids and what is the fourth group present in every amino acid. Because the three are always the same, fourth group only changes between one amino acid and the other amino acid. What is the, if you get a question in which write about the structure of alanine comes, what you should do? Carbon in the center, three groups are same. Fourth group, you should remember that for alanine, the fourth group is methyl group, not methane, it is methyl group. Same way if the question comes for tryptophan, you should remember that the fourth group of tryptophan is indole ring. That way you have to remember the type of fourth group, for which particular amino acid, what is the group. Okay. So, but before going for that, let us study the type of amino acids. We are going to see a long list of amino acids. In them, some amino acids are having a typical nature, other have some different nature. What are those different natures of amino acids? Let us see that first, so that in the list you can categorize them easily. You know that every amino acid has how many acidic group? One acidic group. How many basic group? One basic group definitely present. There can be depending on the type of amino acids, there are certain amino acids in which carboxylic group can be more than one. In the amino acid, if carboxylic acid, again okay, correct. In the amino acid, if the carboxylic acid is more than one, that means on the fourth group there is one more carboxylic acid. Already it was there. On top of that, there is one more carboxylic acid present on the fourth group. Then how many acidic groups in total it has is 2. But basic group is only 1. So overall number of acidic groups are more than the basic groups or not? Yes. Such amino acid is called as amino acid in which carboxylic group is more than 1. 1 is mandatory for every amino acid. If it is more than 1, that means the nature of the amino acid is acidic and it is called as acidic amino acid. Acidic amino acid. That means already acid was there, already amino was there. On top of that, one more acidic. So the total nature becomes acidic amino acid. There is another type of amino acid. What is that? The amino acid in which apart from one amino group which must be there, it has one more amino group in the fourth group. One more amino group is attached on the fourth group apart from the one previously present. So if you count the total number of amino groups, it is more than 1 or not? Yes, amino groups are more than 1, but acidic group is only 1, right? Such amino acids in which amino group is more than 1. So what will be the nature of amino acid in general now? Acidic group is only 1, basic group is 2, so or even more, it's more than 1. Therefore, the total nature of the amino acid is basic in nature and the amino acid is called as basic amino acid. Right? Okay. Which amino acid comes under acidic type, basic type, and next category we will see while writing the list. Okay. Now let us come to the third type of amino acid, the amino acid in which only one amino group and only one carboxylic group, or you can also call it as equal number of amino groups and carboxylic group is present. The amino acids in which amino groups and carboxyl groups are equal, such amino acid is called as neutral amino acid. The amino acid in which amino groups and carboxyl groups are equal in number, such amino acid is called as neutral amino acid. Amino acid is neutral amino acid. Right? So these are the three types of amino acids based on the type of groups present in it. Right? That is one classification of amino acid. The next classification of amino acid is based on the requirement in a human body. Right? There are some 20 amino acids present which can be connected in different order. Glycine first, alanine second, tryptophan third, fourth is again glycine, like that. If you change the order of amino acid, it gives you a different protein. That same 20 only gets repeated to give n number of proteins. That way, based on the requirement in a human body, amino acids are again classified into another two types. That is one classification based on the nature of amino acid. Another classification is based on the requirement of amino acid. based on the requirement, one amino acid is called as essential amino acid. Essential amino acid is 1H, one category, and non-essential amino acid is another category. What does it mean by essential amino acid? Means it's very important that you should take that amino acids from your diet, because your body cannot synthesize that amino acids by itself. So what you have to do, you have to take them in the form of your diet. Therefore they are called as essential amino acids. Example is methionine, tryptophan, all of them are essential amino acids. From the list I will keep a star mark for essential and not a star mark on non-essential, right? Essential means you must take them from your diet because your body cannot synthesize. Coming to the non-essential amino acids, whether you take it or not in your food, it doesn't matter, because your body already has a mechanism to synthesize them by its own, right? So it is already getting synthesized in our body by its own mechanism. It is not essential for us to take it from your food. Therefore such amino acids are called as non-essential amino acids. If the amino acids are not coming under essential, that means they are coming under non-essential. So what you have to do, you have to just remember the essential ones, the remaining becomes non-essential amino acids, right? This is one more classification of amino acid. There is only two classifications. Now what we will do, we will look at the different type of amino acid, what is its name and what is the fourth group present in that amino acids. Okay. Now let us look at different type of amino acids. There are some more, but let us start from the simplest one. Okay, what is the simplest amino acid? The simplest amino acid is glycine, in which hydrogen carboxylic group NH2 group is same. What is the fourth group? Hydrogen, right? Fourth group is hydrogen. Going to the next, what is the symbol of glycine? Instead of writing glycine total, you can just write symbol GLY, right, which means glycine. Now going to the next amino acids. From the next amino acids, the fourth group is going to change. So instead of writing all the four groups, or instead of writing the complete structure of amino acid, what I will do is I will just write what the fourth group is. For alanine, instead of hydrogen, which group is present? Methyl group. Okay. The other three are same. Carbon in the center, one carboxyl, one amino and hydrogen. Extra group or fourth group is CH3. So I have written fourth group or R group. If fourth group is methyl group, the name of the amino acid is alanine. The symbol is this. Same way, what for valine, the fourth group is isopropyl group. For valine, the fourth group is isopropyl group. What is the symbol for valine? This. Going to the next amino acid, which is leucine. In leucine, what do we have? Isobutyl group is present. Isobutyl group is. If isobutyl group is present, 1, 2, 3, 4, the amino acid is called as leucine and the symbol is this, LEU. Going to the next amino acid, which is isoleucine. In that, the fourth group is tertiary butyl group or secondary butyl, it should be, not tertiary. It is secondary butyl. This is primary butyl or isobutyl. This is tertiary butyl. 1, 2, 3. Right? It is secondary. Now the group, if the tertiary secondary butyl group is present as a fourth group in the amino acid, it becomes isoleucine. I-L-E is isoleucine. Next, same way, what is the next amino acid? Is arginine. What does it mean? Which group is present as the fourth group in arginine? Is CH2, NH, C, double bond NH, guanidine group or urea is present. You can call it as guanidine group. This group is present as a fourth group in arginine. Okay. Now let us look at the next group, which is lysine. In lysine, what happens? CH2, 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 CH2. How many times? 4 times. After that, NH2 group is present. So instead of writing CH2, 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 can I write CH2 taken 4 times and then NH2 group? Yes, both are correct. Instead of writing CH2 bond, CH2 bond, CH2 bond, CH2, what I have done? I have simply written CH2 taken 4 times, then the amino group. That is present as a fourth group in which amino acid? Lys. Arginine means ARG. Lysine means LYS. Don't get confused in leucine and lysine. In leucine, total 4 carbons are there, but in lysine, apart from 4 carbons, you will have 1 amino group also. Okay, which amino acid comes under which category we will see after looking at the list of amino acid, right? Next amino acid, what is the next amino acid? Glutamic acid. What does that mean? CH2, CH2, COOH. If the fourth group is present as this group, 1, 2, 3, 3 means propanoic acid group. Is it propanoic acid group only? 1, 2, 3 carbon means propane. Acid is present means propanoic acid group is present as a fourth group. It is called as glutamic acid. What is the symbol? GLU. GLY is for glycine, GLU is for glutamic acid. Next amino acid is aspartic acid, in which ethanoic acid is the group present. Ethanoic acid is present as the fourth group. The other 3 are same, which is hydrogen, 1 carboxyl and 1 amino group. Now in these amino acids, you count the number of amino groups and number of carboxyl group by imagining the complete 4 groups of the amino acid. Here 1 carboxyl, 1 amino, so it comes under neutral only. Is it? Yes. Here also 1 amino group and 1 acid group. Therefore, this is also neutral. Here also equal number of amino group and carboxyl group. Here also equal number of amino group and carboxyl group. Here also it's the same. But on this amino acid, there was 1 carboxyl, 1 amino already present. In the fourth group, can you see 1 more NH2 group present? Not just 1 more, even this is also amino group. 2 amino groups are present. Therefore, arginine comes under which type of amino acid? Is it having equal number of amino and carboxyl groups? Or it is having more than 1 amino groups? It is having more than 1 amino groups. That means this amino acid is not neutral. It is basic in nature. It is basic in nature. Next amino acid, if you take a look at lysine, in this amino acid, there was already 1 amino group and there was already 1 carboxyl group. On top of that, in the fourth group, can you see 1 more amino group present? Yes. So, are both the groups in equal number? No. You are having only 1 carboxyl group, but amino groups are more than 1. 1 already there, plus here 1 more. So, total 2 amino groups and total only 1 carboxyl group. That means amino groups are more than acid group. So, even lysine is also basic in nature. Next amino acid, if you see, there are already 1 carboxyl and 1 amino, and in the fourth group you can see 1 carboxylic acid group. So, there is a total of 2 carboxylic acid in the complete amino acid, whereas only 1 amino group. Therefore, glutamic acid is acidic in nature. In the name itself you can see it is acid, right? So, which are acidic amino acid means you should write about these 2. Same way for aspartic acid also, even aspartic acid has 1 more carboxylic acid in the fourth group. So, a total is becoming to 2 carboxyl group and only 1 amino group. So even this is also acidic in nature, right? Let us look at the next amino acids, which are a little changed with respect to glutamic acid and aspartic acid. What is this? Glutamine and asparagine. What you have to do in these two amino acid is, in the acidic group C double bond O, OH is present. So instead of carboxylic acid group, which is this is carboxylic acid group. Instead of taking carboxylic acid group, you have to take amido group. What is the nature of this group? Amido group. How can you get amido group? Is by removing OH and adding NH2. Exactly same structure of glutamic acid and glutamine, but the difference is remove the carboxylic acid group, replace the carboxylic acid group with amido group. So what I will do the changes here? CH2, CH2, C double bond O, NH2 I will write. Okay. So now you tell me, in the complete amino acid there was one NH2 and one carboxyl already present. On top of that you are increasing or introducing one amino group. So even this is basic in nature. So glutamic acid was acidic in nature and glutamine is basic in nature. Same way aspartic acid was acidic in nature, but asparagine is basic in nature. Right? Asparagine is basic in nature. Now we will look at whether they are essential or not essential. Glycine and alanine are not essential amino acid. What does that mean? It can be produced in our body, so they are not essential. How many? I have written a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. There are 9 more amino acids, but let us study completely about this and then go to the next. Okay. Glycine and alanine are non-essential. Valine is essential. Leucine is essential. Isoleucine is also essential. And even arginine is also essential. In the exam they will not ask you write about essential or non-essential. What you should practice is the fourth group of all the amino acid, but because in the exam they will not ask you to draw this table, they will simply ask you write the structure of glutamic acid. What will you do? You will take glutamic acid in the exam. If it comes, glutamic acid is this structure. What is the structure? This you have to write, NH2 H. What is the fourth group of glutamic acid? Is CH2, CH2, COOH. This is the structure of glutamic acid. Okay. This you have to draw. In the overall structure of this is the complete amino acid. In the amino acid there is 2 COOH, therefore it is acidic. Like that you have to conclude. Okay. So now we were looking at the essentiality of the amino acid. Arginine is also essential, whereas lysine is also essential, whereas glutamic acid, aspartic acid is non-essential. Same way glutamine and arginine is also non-essential amino acid. In them who are essential? Valine, leucine, isoleucine, arginine and lysine. Okay. Right. Now we will look at the remaining amino acids in our next class. Thank you.